whatever you guys want to do. But okay, without further ado, we've got week 117, our healing choices, reconnecting with nature and humanity. As you guys all know, this is a place where we all come together and share what we know, and potentially kick back and learn something we didn't about a topic, different wellness topic each week. And it usually works out pretty well. Just everybody gets the floor when they need it, and we get to share our insights and stuff, our awesomeness, which I like to say a lot because we all are. Potential talking points for the night. I've got what is the definition of nature to you? What is our disconnection with nature and humanity? What are our feelings about the word human or humanity? What are our favorite places to go and ways to experience nature? How can we reconnect with nature and make more time for that? What ways can we show humanity towards others? What is the definition of tolerance to you? It's kind of required for that. Being curious about people. What are our favorite experiences we've had with strangers? Question mark, are they still strangers? How can we reconnect with humanity and make more time for that? And I've got a few quotes here. I have no idea who said them, but they're awesome. One of them is, every friend was once a stranger. And the other one is, there is no Wi-Fi in the forest, but I promise you will find a better connection. The floor is yours when you want it. Free mic. Maybe we can end that now. We're going into the more serious zone.
That's a whole lot of questions there you got, Andrew. That would, yeah, nice ones though. That would make a whole lot of answers too.
Maybe we could start with, what is our disconnection with nature and humanity? Can we put a finger on that?
Absolutely everybody is a stranger. Even family is a stranger. You never know what's going on.
Anybody here?
Yeah, like what contributes to our disconnection with nature?
You had me confused there for a moment. I thought maybe I goofed up. I thought also it could be this, and I just discovered it is. Actually, you goofed, Andrew. Since we didn't do anything last week, technically this would be week 116, unless you count last week when we didn't do the program as 116, and this would be 117.
Yeah, I put it as 117 because it's literally week 117 since the first week. So 116 becomes just a canceled week.
Ah, now you tell me.
Did I mention that I'm not perfect?
No. Guess I'm not either, because I wasn't thinking the way you were.
Well, then that's a beautiful thing.
Well, we can always just talk about some French fries.
French fries! Free mic.
I didn't know that that's how that whole colander thing came about, a weird news story. Yeah, Jeff will get a kick out of that. And by the way, just like Shan, I have one of those cheap plastic colanders. So I just did some Photoshop magic. I don't know if that looks real to you, but that's a beautiful colander. That picture originally I had a hat on, kind of sideways hat, and I had my hand on it. So it worked out perfectly for that picture, for the colander.
Oh, you and your Photoshop. Mine's a real picture. But anyway, yeah, expect Jeff to make a driver's license out of it for you. That's what he did to me.
Well, that's not good.
So no answers to this question. Let's dig deep. What contributes to our disconnection with nature? What are the contributors? What's going on? If there's such a problem, what is it?
I would have to say the government, like police officers and all that stuff, the way they handle everybody, just the way they do it.
I would say the hustle and bustles of our everyday lives, the need to work and earn money and care for children and family, and so we tend to forget nature. We tend to push that aside and deal with all the concrete and plastic and the video games and all of the above.
I don't know if I make sense though, Andrew, but in general, that would, my personal point of view, that would be selfishness, egocentric selfishness, something like that.
Elaborate a little bit about, egocentrics, meaning you're talking about humanity, disconnection with humanity. Too many egos out there. Yeah, I guess. When you're all about yourself, what do you care about connecting with any other person? They don't matter to you. Their lives don't matter to you. Nothing. Just you matters to you. I get it.
I can guarantee number one thing would be the internet. If the internet wasn't actually here, you'd have to actually go to somebody's house. Hey, how you doing? Instead of just a click of a button because there's a picture on it. That's probably what it is.
Yeah, I agree. I think the internet has a lot to do with this. It's so addicting in all its little idiosyncrasies. It's so addicting that, and even now TV is becoming, what shall I say, going down the channel of the internet. It's not even cable anymore. It's all pretty much streaming over the internet. Crazy. And so even the usual things that we do, such as watch TV, is now kind of interactive and all kinds of crazy stuff. So yeah, what's nature? It's almost like nature takes a back seat to the coolness of technology, and it kind of sucks because I feel like nature is something we actually really need as a human being. Like we need it, and so we're cutting ourselves off from something like water.
Yeah, that's pretty much what's going on, But then again, I heard like Japan or whatever, China, they have like restrictions on their internet. That's probably what we need, something like that,
Big cities also contribute. Kids grow up in apartment buildings and asphalt streets and hardly ever see nature. So that has a lot to do with it too. The more city folk we have, and the bigger the cities get, causes a lot of it too.
Yep, and that's why tragedy is going to happen. You got the government right now, they're digging holes and tunnels thousands of feet underneath in the earth, so they can survive. They laid it on, and I just got a feeling they're gonna end up like eliminating most people, somehow. If it's through viruses or bombing or whatever, something's gonna happen eventually. It's getting out of control, and they know it. I might be out there a little bit for some people, but I'm telling you, something's gonna happen eventually. they're afraid. Nobody can become president anymore because nobody wants them to be. You'll see, something will happen. Everybody must be thinking, huh? This dude's crazy.
I missed the question. I was trying to shut down for the night, so sorry about that. What was the original question?
I think I lost everyone.
That's not really the question.
I wasn't telling you one. I wasn't asking you one.
Yeah, the question, the topic is reconnecting with nature and humanity, but the question is, for now, there's a bunch of them. We'll keep you guys riled up. What is our disconnection with nature and/or humanity? What is the cause?
The cause is because when parents are bringing kids up nowadays, it's not go and play outside. It's, oh, they're on their Xbox or their PS3 or 4. Oh, they'll be fine. They're happy. They're not disturbing me. Whereas years ago, it used to be go and play outside, find something to do outside. Now it's just, oh, well, they're happy, so no one cares.
I mean, not just that, but you got to also understand that there's less of it nowadays. And I know that sounds crazy, but just in general, I mean, everything's so populated now. I remember when I was growing up as a kid, I used to go out on the creek and play with my neighbors until my mother would call me in for dinner at night. But nowadays, it's, kids don't even know what a creek is.
To that point, to that matter again, nature, Andrew, I would go the same. It's egocentric, selfishness, and things like that. It's like, wow, we take a lot from nature. We don't give a lot to nature. We should take something, but we should give back.
Like with what y'all are talking about now, you're right. It's all on the back burner. But there's going to come a time when everyone's going to kind of regret that they didn't have anything to do with it, and by then it'll probably be too late anyway.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like the more we build out the concrete jungle, the further out that goes, the more people have only seen more concrete than jungle, and versus more jungle than concrete. Like getting out into nature, you see only jungle, no concrete. So it's like people are close. Yeah, you might have a little park in your neighborhood or whatever, but yeah, you could maybe use that as a temporary, I guess, on your evening walk or whatever it might be. But the reality of it is that long, sustained trip almost like a drug that you get from being in nature, like where there's no driveways, concrete, or anything, buildings, blah blah blah, is huge. It's really I feel like it's essential, and I am not, definitely not perfect. I used to be a Boy Scout. I'm an Eagle Scout, and we used to go camping all the time. We used to go backpacking all over the place, you know, in Southern California. But yeah, I myself have gotten away from it, and I need to get back. I feel like convening with a bunch of my friends and getting out again, and taking a trip somewhere, at least for a weekend.
I agree with V too on the egocentric. I think there's an arrogance sometimes that that we think we know more than nature, and we don't follow nature, and you know, we try to reshape things against nature, and that's probably a bad thing to do. It always proves to be wrong every time we change the course of a river, or we cut down a forest, or you know.
Yeah, one thing that keeps coming to mind is this GMO foods. It's one of the biggest ways nature's been messed with. Nature was fine the way it was. It was perfect. Everything was in balance and harmony. Nature provided what we needed to eat. Now all this fake, you know, Franken food is being made, and we're forced to eat it. We were eating it long before we ever even realized that. And it's like we got that ball rolling, and there's no turning back now. It's going to forever alter humanity.
To add to that, though, David and Andrew, that is why it's called Mother Nature, right? It's a mother. Nature is a mother that actually nurtures us. Well, that's the same with our own mother, literally. Well, it goes that way too, nurturing us, but we just don't, you know, we tend not to give anything back for her. So, well, the mother is just, the nature is just slowly dying. It's breaking heart.
What's up, everyone? How's everyone doing?
Peter, we're in the middle of a program. Hope you can join us. It is a mother, and it will nourish us like a mother if we. There's just a huge disregard. It's almost like a kid that just disregards their parents and says, "Oh, I don't need to listen to you. You know, you're not the owner of me," or whatever. Like blah blah blah. You know, like the unruly kid. But the reality of it is that it's trying to teach us a lesson about life, and we're not listening. Maybe we could go around the room a little bit and just kind of define what is nature to you guys. What do you include in nature?
Oh, that's a cool question, because sometimes we don't accept ourselves as part of nature, but we truly are. You know, we're supposed to be part of nature, human beings. But it seems like we go against nature so often that we don't consider ourselves part of it. Yeah, I'm one of those people. I don't consider humans part of nature. I have to admit that.
I have to agree with you. I don't think we're part of nature either. I'm with you.
I think nature is just being outside and camping out in the wilderness to learn more about the wilderness.
Like I've kind of thought to myself, nature even goes so far in my mind, because if you look at it on like a molecular level, anything physical on the planet, including ourselves, like our cells, our what do they call it, protons, and all the way down to the smallest thing, I look at that as nature. So I would even see like a rock as nature, you know, all animals, all people, even maybe the air that we breathe, because that's molecules and stuff like that too. So like I go so far as to just include it all. But like, you know, what's the definition of nature? You know, it's kind of like a couple people are like, yeah, I don't know if we can really include people as part of nature, you know, but I don't know. I almost want to look up the definition of nature, because like I wonder what it actually says. You're in a bunch of incredibly awesome people, some of whom maybe don't see it yet.
What's happening?
Hello, hello.
Hello, Kathleen. Welcome to the program. Welcome to Ring of Fire. I believe you're going to like it here. Actually, I know you're going to like it here. Just sit back and enjoy the ride. And if you have something to say, just don't be afraid to mic up. A bunch of really open-hearted, friendly people here.
I hope I like it here.
Nature. Another thing I wanted to talk about nature is maybe this is a little bit off topic, but like I like going to baseball games and stadiums that have fields that have grass rather than artificial turf. That's nature. I mean, you enjoy it more when they're playing in grass. It feels like you're breathing in the grass and everything.
To be honest, like nearly everything we do and use nowadays is becoming artificial. It's not the real thing. It's always like say a replica of the real thing.
Yeah, I don't like going to places that have artificial turf. I like baseball fields, soccer fields that play in grass, not artificial turf.
Hey, what's up, Bring a Fire family? How's everybody doing tonight?
Hey, karaoke dude, we're in the middle of a program here. Our healing choices.
Hello, Matt. Welcome back.
Welcome back, Matt. How you doing, brother? Hope you're having a good day.
Hey, Cheryl, what's up? How are you?
Hello. I'm all right.
Any other thoughts on nature? Like, how do you guys define it?
What's happening with everyone?
Nothing much. There's not many people talking anymore for some reason.
That's the truth.
I think they've all got on board to talking about nature or something. I don't know. God knows.
I think Dave's just trying to get somebody in who's in the untrusted zone. It takes a bit of time and effort, unfortunately. Pretty important, the channel rules and getting the right people in here. So just wish it didn't happen during the program, but it's all good. Yeah, I suppose we could move on in case you guys have any other thoughts. And then by all means, just jump in if you have any thoughts about it. You know, the topic again is reconnecting with nature and humanity. And the next question I had was maybe we could share what are our favorite places to go and ways to experience nature. Like Peter said that he really enjoys going to a ball game with real grass. How do you like to do it?
Well, I have never left Ireland, and in Ireland it is all trees and grass and nature, so I couldn't ask for better.
Yeah, I don't know if you muted out the untrusted users, Andrew. Sounds like you might be getting sidetracked by them, so go ahead and do that if you haven't. And yeah, they're going to come in always, untrusted users, so have to deal with it always. Here's a little something real quick I'm going to read from tinybuddha.com. Imagine a graph showing the number of hours the average person spends out of doors today compared with 50 years ago. Now imagine another graph showing how many people suffer from depression, stress, and anxiety compared to 50 years ago. I'm confident that there would be a direct correlation between the two graphs. As one has declined, the other has risen.
Great point. Great point.
And intuitively, I know that is so effing true.
Yeah, and it says, as we've turned our backs on nature, we've lost our natural source of happiness. By turning our faces back toward the sun, we find lasting happiness and more. And here's a Maori proverb. Turn your face toward the sun, and the shadows will fall behind you.
Yep, yep, that was pretty good. Pretty good.
Reminds me of this. It's an inspirational meme that I've got. I didn't get it for this program, but it reminds me of it. But it's basically like a swing set, and it says at the bottom, it says the original PlayStation.
Wow. I have to bring up cooking because I do in every show. I cook, brings me back to nature. It really does. Somehow, if you cook from scratch, it feels like nature.
Ah, yes, right, because you're using the elements of nature, including animals, to make the food. That sustains you. Pretty cool.
I don't know if it's related or not, but when I tend to be on nature, I just tend to sit on the ground or lay down on the ground. Doesn't matter. I have to touch the ground. And whatever, it doesn't matter how you call it, meditation or contemplating, it doesn't matter, but that's what I do, and that helps me big deal to make to give me a start from zero again, to be me again, to be the natural me. And that's, I don't know if that makes sense or related to this, but that's what I do.
That makes perfectly sense. Perfectly sense.
It's like your reset. It's like your way to reset. I used to have a good way to reset. I had a big giant oak tree in my front yard, and I would either give it a big hug. It may sound corny, but I'm a pretty intuitive person, and I just imagine the wisdom of the tree. How many people it's seen, how many things it's seen come and go. Um, and I tap into it a little bit. I tune into it, and also like once in a while I'll go up to a tree that looks very either old or just unique, and I'll just put my hand on it and just feel it. I have this picture that I grabbed for the program of a woman kind of in one of those I don't know, Alps hats, kind of fuzzy, and she's got her hand on a very old mossy kind of just wise tree, and she's just that's all you see is just the back of her head and then her hand on the tree. It's really I mean, that tells everything right there.
Yeah, very nice. And I know that their smells good too. They smell good too. But anyways, yeah, that's just my point, my personal point of view from my personal experience. But yeah, thank you for giving me a chance to state my mind. I see Tracy. Hi, Tracy. Good morning.
Hi V, how are you? Nice to meet you. I'm Peter, by the way.
Hi, Peter. Nice to meet you too. Good morning. Good evening there.
Yeah, good evening. It's 10 minutes to 10 here at night. Where are you from, by the way?
Um, Indonesia. I'm Asian. I speak broken English, but anyways, where are you at?
I'm in Canada, Montreal, Canada. Your English is good. It's not broken. It's very good.
Yeah, I speak perfectly English in short lines, but wait until I have to define in long paragraph. Then you'll see me stutter and grammatically fugly. But okay, thank you. Nice to meet you. We still have this program. Maybe we can chat again. I don't want to bother Andrew's program from now on. So I'll just sit back in the front row. Carry on, Andrew.
Yeah, maybe you guys all want to share the things, and don't limit it to one. The things that you do to feel that reconnection to nature. For me, one of the main things that I do, and I've been slacked on it a lot lately, is to go for a walk. I used to set an alarm for a daily alarm for sunset. Actually, about an hour before sunset, so I got some vitamin D, some sunlight in, and just to walk the neighborhood once in a long while when I'm out, and it happens to be time for a walk, and I have some free time, I'll just stop what I'm doing, for the most part, if I can, and just go for a walk wherever I am, and get to see some new things, and maybe even meet some people on the walk potentially, because other people do too. That's how I do it. I mean, it's not perfect, but I need to get back to that. I haven't done it in a while.
I do the same thing as you, Andrew. I do it with Dusty. Yeah, I think anybody who wants to take walks and doesn't have the time or schedule or whatever, get a dog. They'll make the schedule for you.
Forget not that the earth delights to feel your bare feet, and the winds long to play with your hair.
Talking about walks, I gotta do that again too. But the thing is to make time. Usually I do it on the weekends because I don't work on the weekends. But I want to do it more. And walks are good.
I don't know if this is coincidence or what, but you guys talking about nature. When I was a kid, since I'm 28 now, before my first birthday, my grandfather used to take me up to this private hunting and fishing club in Pennsylvania. And we would go fishing, that kind of stuff. We never went hunting, but we always caught and released the fish. Never maybe kept a couple over the years, but I remember growing up as a kid at night, he used to take me out on the dock and show me the stars. And I remember I used to not be able to hear almost anything. And coming from the industry that I come from, every day in and day out, there's never a place where I don't hear a ton of noise. So this past weekend, I was up there visiting my grandfather again. He's 93 now, and still goes fishing with me. But I remember when the sun was going down, I went out on the lake, and the water was so calm that you could literally see the bugs flying above it and the fish coming up trying to get them. And that feeling of remembering what it's like to have nothing else around came back to me, because it's so quiet that you literally hear nothing. I mean, it's a really beautiful thing.
That is nice. One of the most tragic things I know about human nature is that all of us tend to put off living. We are all dreaming of some magical rose garden over the horizon instead of enjoying the roses that are blooming outside our windows today.
Hi, Jay. How you doing, brother? This is Andrew. I co-facilitate the program each week. I wonder if it's just me, but I would love to hear you better, if possible, as opposed to everybody raising their volume to hear Jay. Jay, do you know how to raise your recording volume on your app? If not, I think we could help you out with that.
I can talk to him directly if you want me to.
Yeah, help a brother out if you could. That'll help out a little bit. Here's one. It's a little girl holding a jar. It looks like maybe a lightning bug in it, or it could be just a candle. I don't know, but it's really cool. And the quote is, "Our resilience as a species will depend on our ability to move faster on both fronts, global warming and the human disconnection with nature. It will also rely on our ability to think larger, to imagine something beyond sustainability, a nature-rich world."
Is this better?
Sounds good to me, Jay. Welcome aboard. Andrew from Los Angeles. If you feel compelled, just go ahead and mic up. Otherwise, kick back and enjoy the program.
Well, I really don't mean to interrupt the program because I'm fairly enjoying it. So keep talking, I guess.
Okay, we're just rolling with what do we do to reconnect with nature, everyone? Let's just roll with that for a while. I think that's going to be probably the more nourishing part of the program is, what do you do? What have you done in the past? What is the most nourishing thing you've done in nature in the past? We had someone share about being on a lake. That was one of the best times ever. I do remember being on a lake in Boy Scouts early morning before there was any movement on the lake, and it was just like glass. And that feeling that you get where you don't hear anything, and if you do, it's nature. It's like some bugs flying around, or maybe a fish come up for air, or to nab a bug, or little stuff. But no industrial sounds, like what is it for you? That was cool.
I don't know if somebody mentioned it because I've been in the untrusted area a bit, but anyway, snow skiing. I found that going up a mountain and snow skiing and getting that quiet up there worked for me when I was younger. I really enjoyed that. You'd feel one with nature, get out of the city, go up into the mountains,
I have never heard anything more quiet than being in the snow in the still of night.
Ooh, that sounds great. Awesome.
Well, one of the things I remember when I first got out of high school, I went on a trip alone. I guess that's a key point of it because I went camping into a beach. I live in Venezuela, by the way, so our beaches are beautiful. So I went camping there for a whole week all by myself, and it was like a low season. There was not that many people there, and being alone and that connects you to nature because you have beaches and it's surrounded by a mountain. So it's just beautiful. You have sunrise, the sunset, the waves crashing into the sand. I don't know. It just melts you with the nature.
How about picking in a garden? Going into a big garden of squash or tomatoes or whatever. It brings you to nature too. Or planting a garden.
I think it was in Yosemite. I forget, but I just remember walking through the trees on a trail along a lake, and I don't know. I just remember it being really peaceful. wasn't a lot of noise, you know, but it was just that feeling of being right there in the woods, as well as being right along a really big lake, you know. And I think the sun was setting on the opposite side of the lake, so I don't know, just almost like the smell, and then seeing kind of the orangish light on the other side of the lake. I believe it was kind of a rocky mountain. I don't know. I just feel like that's it right there. You know, sometimes you have to go out of your way, and I think a lot of people just don't know how to get there. You know, to have and bring what they need to be there. You can't just snap your fingers. You know. Sometimes it's not always it's not in everybody's backyard. One of the ladies earlier in the program said, "Oh, I'm in Ireland, and it's like it's green here." Like, she's right there in nature, you know. But not everybody is so lucky.
Let us permit nature to have her way. She understands her business better than we do.
Serenity's reading all these cool little things. They're cool. If ever I see an opening to a path in any woods, and I don't see much of it in Florida, I have to travel to see it, I'm drawn to it, and I go to it, and I go into the canopy, you know, into the woods with the canopy over me, and that's just like the most wonderful place. The sounds and the smells and the feel and the coolness and the look. That's draws me to nature big time. I don't find it so much with the island thing. I don't.
Well, thank you, Dave. The one about snow wasn't really one I read, though, by the way. I don't know if you knew that. I've never heard anything more quiet than being in the snow at night.
I could tell that was an actual experience. One of the things that I liked when I was in Scouts was on a really cool or a nice temperature night, 75, 80. Not a lot of bugs during dinner. The choice would usually be made to sleep under the stars. And if we hadn't already put up our tents, we would just take a ground cloth, put it outside, and then just lay down side by side and just sleep under the stars, no tent. And usually in those cases, we're out in the middle of nowhere. There's not a lot of light from the city. So you'd see a ton of stars, way more than what you'd see in the city. I live in LA, and you can't see shit. And I just remember seeing so many stars. And also, I think I remember seeing the Milky Way galaxy. You get to see that kind of that milkiness to the sky, which is several 100,000 stars, just like ours, that are creating that milk, that milky white. And it's just like, God, man, I so want to get back there. Someone told me that an island in Greece, I don't know which one, but any island in Greece would be a great place, or is one of the best places to see the most stars. So I have to put that on my bucket list.
Yeah, that'd be a good one for that list. Like, when was the last time any of us slept under the stars? It's been ages for me. But how nice it is, huh? And here's a quote for you, David. You were talking about cooking from scratch. If you wish to make an apple pie from scratch, you must first invent the universe.
Good one.
Yeah, that apple's got to come from somewhere, right? You don't just snap your fingers.
Yep.
Hey guys, am I interrupting a program?
You interrupting? Heck no. Welcome back. I recognize your voice. I was drawn to a really cool picture. and I didn't see your mic up, so I didn't see. But I remember you. What was your name again? Is it Lisa or something? Forget.
Welcome, Tracy. I love you.
Love you more. You know what the sad thing is? I get this new Apple phone and Apple Store, and they're supposed to transfer everything, and I cannot hear anything that y'all are saying. And it won't show me if I'm turning up or down the volume. My husband spent over $600 on me, and it just made me cry. I mean, I got the most beautiful dress. I got the most beautiful dress. It's solid lace to my knees. We're going to a hospital event this Thursday, and he got me new shoes and got my hair done, and I just feel guilty.
You shouldn't feel guilty. Just feel loved. You deserve it.
Thank you, Andrew. I could hear you in history, but I can't hear you on the thing, and I'm very upset with Apple. I mean, we ran out of time. The mall's closed, and I wanted to throw that phone at that manager so bad. I have a temper sometimes, but it's only because they have not done my phone the way they said that they would.
It sounds like she has the channel muted. The history will still show up, but she won't hear it live. Tracy, check for that if you can.
Now, I just heard you, David. Now, what kind of sense does that make? And I'll tell you something else that's never happened before. I'm on a personal phone call, and I can hear a ring of fire through that phone call. That has never happened on Zello. If I got a call, Zello was gone, and that call came first.
It's in your settings. And hello. Yeah, you're either on busy or on had the channel on mute. But yeah, check your settings. You have a thing that says go on busy when you get a phone call, I believe. All right, here's a quote. I would feel more optimistic about a bright future for man if he spent less time proving that he can outwit nature and more time tasting her sweetness and respecting her seniority.
Never outwit nature. I'm sorry. Try, but we're never going to. There's a ton of evolution built in. Good one.
Yeah, good one.
Hey, my beautiful Serenity. And I must tell you that Mother Nature is the queen. And my husband just drove up. I'll talk to y'all tonight later. Love y'all.
Yeah, and there's all these scientists and everything that think they can improve on something that's already perfect, and all they're doing is just damning us all.
Every time they do it, if you look through history, every time they try to change nature, it's a screw up.
That's right, every single time. I mean, they can figure out what nutrients plants need and nourish them better, stuff like that. But don't go changing the composition of nature. That's not right.
Here's a good one. It's this epic picture. There's some grass in the foreground of a lake, and there's a giant tree, very green tree, and a man, this woman maybe sitting down at the foot of the tree. And then you see the lake, you see kind of a mist in the background of the lake, kind of like a cloud, like a fog layer. And then you see the mountains on either side and this awesome, awesome sky. blue sky with clouds. It's just a really cool scene, and it just really makes you feel like, wow, I want to be there. I want to be sitting next to that tree. It's like you want it, you know? It's weird. It's like I'm not looking at a building or a fast car right now, but I want to sit next to that tree. And by the way, guys, if you want to see any of these pictures, if you go to facebook.com/Our Healing Choices, you'll see tonight's event there, and these are the pictures posted for the event.
And Andrew, you spoke earlier of like a rock being part of nature. And yes, rocks are some of the oldest parts of nature, right? Billions of years old. And if you look at gemstones, you know, that are created from billions of years of evolution, I mean, yeah, there's certainly nature there, no doubt.
Good point, David. Gosh, you hit the nail on the head right there. The ultimate rock is a gem, you know, a crystal or something like this, you know, that's got these this perfect structure to it, you know, or at least perfect to us. Pretty awesome. And they get pretty big. I've seen some that are like, you know, the size of a person, you know, those gemstones cut in half or whatever. Here's another one, and it's a picture of the ground that has kind of grass and kind of a little bit of mold or whatever that is on it to make it green. And it's the ground has been shaped to look like a woman is literally laying down on her side, with like pretty, you know, a tall grass as the hair, you know, laying down on her side, halfway in the ground. The face is like intricate too. It's like really cool. Imagine walking up on that, and it's huge. It looks like it's about 20 foot long, statue-esque thing, part of the ground.
Well, that's what I call a woman then, if she's 22 foot long.
Was it formed naturally? It wasn't man-made?
You know, to tell you the truth, I can't tell, but it would be very, very coincidental if that face, along with that shape of a body, would have been just there. I think it was probably man-made or formed to look like that.
I think you should share some of these pictures.
You know, it's so funny. I was just thinking about it, like maybe I should take a snapshot of this one. Hold on. I will do just that.
How's everybody doing?
Hello. Welcome back. Yeah, Andrew, that picture, especially you should share.
Maybe in the meantime, we could carry on with some of the times in our past that we felt most connected to nature. I mean, that's huge, I think, because it's just inspiring, you know?
Or how about holding a newborn baby?
Very deep, David. You got one that some of us may never experience. And so, yes, excellent.
Leave it to Jim to live in a tree. Oh my. I think that's awesome. Things like that makes me miss him.
Really, really. I want to live in a tree.
No, I'm glad Jim decided to join us in the Untrusted for this one. Pretty cool. Yeah. Here's another one. Something I rarely, if ever, do is walk barefoot on grass. I always think it's gonna like make my foot itch, but for some reason it doesn't. Like anywhere else, I feel like the grass would make you itch, but like it's like under our foot has the underside of our feet must have something that doesn't itch, and this is like obviously a normal thing to do for a large number of people in the world, and yet I don't do it. I really should.
Yeah, well, you know, if you lay in the grass, it'll make you itch. But you're right, I don't think I've ever noticed my feet itching on the grass.
Robert comes into the room and he shares some pictures from some camping that he did last week here, and they just went right along with the theme. So I did approve them.
That was actually yesterday. I've been up in the hills for the last 4 days.
Robert definitely knows nature, no doubt.
Here's a cute quote. People from a planet without flowers would think we must be mad with joy the whole time to have such things about us.
Oh, Anthony, that one's really cool. I didn't see that one yet, with the tree falling on the waterfall. Cool.
That tree probably no longer exists. That was Dutchman Falls, and that was, oh shoot, I'm going to say 2008, 2009.
A song by oh, what the hell's their name? Oh, Jesus, Heart. The Soul of the Sea. When I hear that, I think of nature. Brings me back to nature. I don't know if anybody knows that song.
Here's a quote for you, Andrew, with your lush grass. To me, a lush carpet of pine needles or spongy grass is more welcome than the most luxurious Persian rug.
Oh, I was completely off. That was Dutchman Falls, according to the picture, March 2nd, 2007.
Dave, tell me that's in your backyard, man. That looks pretty awesome.
Here's a nice one. I love to think of nature as an unlimited broadcasting station through which God speaks to us every hour, if we will only tune in.
Well, I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna get back to my schoolwork. I'll be on a little bit later this evening, guys.
Hey, man. Thanks for joining us. You have a good night, okay?
So what about the reconnecting with humanity part? You spoke much about nature. What about humanity?
I was going to comment on this one thing that you just said about tuning into nature, like being in nature, how you get God or whatever, you get that signal better. And I think that's 100% true. I think when you get into nature, you're so in the moment and appreciative of that, especially if it's an amazing place to be, not just, in your backyard next to your one tree. Anyway, when you're in that, it's hard to think too much about like your day-to-day grind. And so it gives you a chance to kind of regroup in your mind as to maybe focus a little bit more on what's really important, to be able to kind of reflect on your life. Here's my life over there back at home, that's my life, but I'm here now. I get to look at that and just kind of be like, okay, well, is that really going the way I want it to go, or whatever it might be? So I think nature gives us a chance to kind of reflect on and take a step back from life. And I think that's awesome about it. Yeah, we should move into humanity soon here. Anybody else want to share something about their experiences with nature? Oh yeah, I was going to mention one other thing. A Big Sur, if you guys have ever been through there, it is the most majestic place to drive through that at least I've ever been through. There's probably many in the world, but that I've ever been through, that's just awesome. Any final shares about your experiences with nature? What does it for you? What reconnects you the best, or has in the past?
I guess realizing nature is everywhere. We don't have to go big distances to enjoy nature. When I first started reading Eckhart Tolle, I started taking a half hour to just sit down and contemplate a tree, which is on a square in my way to work, and I just sat there just contemplating the tree and imagining what it was like to be the tree, so still for I don't know how many years. I don't know. It puts everything in perspective.
I'm going to say one more thing, and it might throw some people, but because it's almost like you're going against nature. But to take wood and do woodwork somehow makes me connect to nature. I don't know why, but it does. Feeling the wood, smelling the wood, because I really love wood. I like exotic woods, and I look at the grains and I count the rings, and You know, I save some pieces of wood and don't make anything out of them because I like the wood as it is, you know. So it connects me with nature somehow.
Smelling of the rain and the wet ground, it really connects me to the nature. Big deal. It feels like I'm in another world. And sitting by the ocean, I don't know why. I really don't know. And I'm trying hard to find the answer. That I actually, sitting by the ocean, it keeps telling in my head and my heart that, hey, I'm home. I swear to God, that's always comes through in my head. I'm home.
Rain definitely does have a smell. And I recently keyed up here and put out, it's raining. I could smell it. It's before I could hear it or see it. And someone said, you can smell rain? I was like, yeah, you can smell rain.
That's really cool. You can smell rain. No, I think you can. You're right. When it's coming, you get it. It's like it's coming down in the wind from it, or the air from it hitting the ground and picking up some of that early dust or something. You can smell that. It's really cool. Anyway, I'm eating an apple. And also, I love sitting by the ocean and just listening and hearing it. Sometimes I'll just close my eyes, you know, especially if, like, on a pier or something. You can just close your eyes and just listen to the waves kind of coming to shore. It's really cool.
You can definitely smell rain because when it's on your jacket and stuff, then your jacket starts to smell like, well, I would say damp and stuff like that. It has a weird smell when it's on your jacket.
Yeah, what I smell, it's not really so much the rain. Cat, no, get back. No, don't. Shit, hold on.
That was hilarious.
Oh, the cat? Yes, she wanted to be a bad cat. She hasn't had many opportunities to go outside, so she took advantage of that. Leaving the door open for a moment so I could bring some things in from the laundry room. Oh, I didn't want to close the door behind me. Anyway, yeah, I mean, it's not so much a smell of rain. It's the rain hits the ground, you know, the asphalt, the dirt, the plants, and that's what I smell. It's like the dirt and the asphalt, the wetness of it releases a smell.
That's true, but you can also smell before it rains, you know, like there's a change in the air that happens that you can smell the rain coming, you know.
I'm curious, guys. What locations have you been where you felt closest to nature? Like specific. Do you guys have any specifics that just stand out for you?
Tennessee, definitely. Cabin in the mountains.
For me, it's a place in Scotland, because obviously I'm from Scotland. It's called the Bray, and it's just full of nature. Like, it's just fields, and the views are all amazing, and like there's hills, and everything's just amazing down there. And there's also like wild rabbits, practically everything.
Rainforest in Kalimantan. You guys call it Borneo. And other place that actually in my town, I live I live in a town that close by to the ocean, and I can't take my eyes off from the ripples and the sound and the smell of the wet sand.
Borneo's got to be lovely. You're a lucky girl.
Yeah, come over then, David. Take Brenda. Take Tracy too. Let's fly to Borneo.
There's this place that I recently heard about called Lauterbrunnen, Lauterbrunnen. It's Lauterbrunnen, Switzerland. Apparently, there's a ton of waterfalls on either side of this valley, and there's a bunch of homes and places just below it, like the town is right below it. It's just so awesome. Like, I so want to go there. I went to Switzerland in a backpacking kind of trip with my friends back in 2002, and we went to a couple places in Switzerland, but we never made it to Lauterbrunnen, and I wish I did. So cool.
Oh, I have to mention Niagara Falls. I mean, wow. You know, when you look at the granite and everything, you have to look through the tourism, you know, because, yeah, there's man all around it. But if you look at the granite, the plateaus of granite that the water travels on for miles and miles before it makes the falls, it's gorgeous. Nature at its best.
Hey guys, just popping in. I heard Niagara Falls, and I didn't quite catch what Dave said, but that place is breathtakingly beautiful. My aunt lives in Canada, and I remember as a kid we visited her once, and she took us into that little boat that actually takes you really close. And I'll never forget, you know, how the mist got on us and we were all freaking out, but it was such an amazing experience.
Any last thoughts on where you've been, where you're most connected to nature, or where you'd like to go to be connected with nature more? Any last thoughts on that before we move on?
I'd love to visit the Netherlands. I feel like if I go there, I will just find my inner self. I've always wanted to visit there. I don't know why, but I've always wanted to. I heard it's a beautiful country.
Hello, Maya. I've been there. It is a neat country. Anyway, let's see, nature. Nature makes cotton, and in the summertime, I think I appreciate cotton, unlike any other time. And I wish I had more cotton underwear in the summer. Yeah, I don't have much cotton underwear. I'm sure you guys can understand why I would want more cotton underwear this time of year. Slightly off topic, but nature makes cotton, right?
Hey, honestly, the place that I want to go to right now is South America. Where am I going? I want to embrace the natures. I want to embrace um, what's it like out there, the wildlife, everything.
Anyway, we connect with humanity every day here on Zello. That's my segue into that segment of the program, of the topic.
Assume that our disconnection with humanity is pretty much the same as our disconnection with nature. We already kind of figured the hustle and bustle of life, the internet, our ego in regards to humanity. If we're egocentric, we don't care as much about others as ourselves. Possibly our parents not having us go out and play when we were kids, or now. Parenting nowadays is basically put your kid in front of a TV or a game system, and that's your babysitter, you know, for the majority, I'd say. I don't know. I don't want to talk for everyone, but maybe that could be a part of the disconnection with humanity. People don't know how to socialize because they've been in front of a game system all their lives. Yeah, and lack of connection to nature might exacerbate the humanity thing, the disconnection with humanity. I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts? At least that's what I got from my notes from earlier in the program. I had a question here. I don't know if you guys have this or have thought of this, but does anyone else resist the use of the word human in your daily talk and or humanity in your written or daily talk?
I don't avoid the word.
You know what? That's really weird you say that. Now I think about it, not necessarily me, but I don't really ever hear that word anymore.
Meaning like she's, you know, Muslim, you know, in a discussion, let's say she or he or is Muslim or some other, you know, fill in the blank. And sorry about that, guys. Woo! That would be a mindfulness bell, and it's loud. So yeah, instead of she's Muslim, she's human, you know? And like when you put it on that level, it's like it doesn't matter, you know? Come on. Why are we trying to put everyone in a box? Now I get it. Yes, we do have language and we do use it to do that, but do we really need to? And you know, can the word human and humanity be used more often to speak of the idea that we are all kind of connected? I don't know. That was just a thought.
Has anyone seen my gray sock?
Have you checked behind your ear?
No, not there. I wonder if we have like sock thieves or sock monsters, or if there's a special sock hiding compartment in our dryers or washers.
Sock monster, aka your cat? I don't know.
My cat has no interest in my socks.
I think they hide, and then they sneak out of the house when you leave the door open.
Your cat only has interest in your cotton underwear.
You know, it's just as well. It's a good way to get my socks to dwindle, because it's pretty hard to close my sock drawer when all my laundry's done. There, I just barely got it closed. Half of it's socks, the other half is gloves and some other goodies like that.
You can use the old ones as T-strainers.
Ah, yes, take it from the expert, right?
Hey man, to kind of touch on what you were saying, I was watching a video on YouTube or something a couple weeks back, and
the guy singing a song basically, but at the same time it had meaning to it. It was talking about labels and how everything is given a label since birth. You know, even as a baby, we're given labels. So at that young age, at that state of infancy, we're taught to be separated or divided by something for some reason. You know, people may think, well, it's not a bad thing, or you know, that we're divided for this reason or whatever, or it's not meant to hurt. But if you strip those labels away, we're all just out here doing the same thing, just trying to make it and get by, you know.
Damn those labels. Seriously, right? Very good point.
I've got a couple things to note. Are our pets not part of nature? And we connect with them. And where am I going with this? Isn't that a great way to connect with nature and spend time with nature? We have such beautiful unconditional love, just such sweet innocence, and you don't need language to communicate with them and bond with them. And you spend precious moments with them. And another thought is, here's something I came across today on Google Earth. They have this new thing called Safari. You can take a world safari, and you just click on the next button and it'll take you to all these different spots around the world where nature, animals, you know, egrets and hippopotami and all this, I've been seeing. You get little snapshots of them. Yes, you can take a world safari on Google Earth.
Yeah, to me, pets is just part of nature. I agree with Cheryl. But to add, I want to add something that actually sometimes, without us realizing it, pets also the connector of our outside nature. Outside of them, if we do understand our pets, they're actually telling us what is happening with the nature in general. It's some kind of connector.
That's true. Sometimes pets do know when there's going to be like natural disasters and such. Sometimes paranormal as well. Here's an interesting thought. Pets can sometimes connect us with humanity. We can make new friends when we have pets with us. Like, who hasn't been out walking a cute dog and someone stops to say, oh, what a cute dog, what's his name, how long have you had it, how old is it? Start petting your dog, and then you make a new friend.
Oh, that happens constantly. Yep.
Call that a wing dog. Pretty fun.
Cute, Andrew.
I actually really enjoyed it. When I was in North Carolina visiting my sister for my niece's graduation, they have a dog named Layla. A really adorable dog. I forget the type, but it was just really relaxing to get out in nature because they've got trees, like really tall trees all around their house. I mean, basically, like the community is basically cut out of the forest. And, just walking down the street right in their neighborhood, and then, walking down another street, you're literally pretty much in nature. Really cool stuff. And the dog, you're right, the dog doesn't say anything, but kind of knows what you're talking about. You can you communicate on this other level that it's like, it's void of all those labels. And I like that about a pet. I think it's really cool.
That's because we have a holistic side in us too. You can't forget about that.
Maybe we can talk a little bit about how to make more time to reconnect with nature and reconnect with humanity. How do we make more time for that? Where does that happen? Can you kill two birds with one stone? Let's talk about it.
Retire.
Here's a question for you. Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Let us ponder that for a moment. At this moment, I am connecting with nature and humanity. Yes, all in this moment. I'm snuggling up with my kitty, and I'm talking with you guys. Look at that. Two birds, one stone.
Imagine that. Awesome. Yoga, maybe. Yoga outside with a group of people. I'm sure they have outdoor yoga things in your area. Well, some people.
I am multitasking now. Yes. Mwah. Kisses to my kitty and blowing kisses to you all. Shall I tell all the untrusted users how to become trusted? What do you think?
Ring of fire.
I think they didn't care of it. If anyone else would like to be trusted, key up after reading the rules, please.
You know, the worst part about it is it's not the fact that we don't want to be a part of nature. I mean, you have to understand we're almost a victim of our own demise or whatever. You know, our day consists of work, going to work, and then getting off, waking up, going to work, constantly working. So it's not like we really even have time for nature, but we did that to ourselves. We created our own, you know, our own terrible situations, you know, if you will, or whatever you want to refer to it as. You know, if we would have kind of stayed without evolving, you know, the way we have, we would be that basic animal that, you know, everything else is. So I mean, it's just weird that we're talking about how do we reconnect with nature, but it's our fault that we distance ourselves from nature in the first place.
That is so effing true, man. Thank you for that. Yeah, I see that as the fact that we do still have free will to change our life to include more nature, to rearrange it to include more nature. Yeah, like we got ourselves into this, but you know that does also mean we can get ourselves out, at least on an individual level. It might be a little hard when nature is being destroyed all around us for more concrete jungle, more buildings and hotels and all kind of things that aren't nature. But yeah, we have a choice. That's a beautiful thing.
I think getting reconnected with nature was the last thing. That a thought I had was when you try to introduce nature to somebody younger than you, you bring somebody of youth into the woods or on a camping trip or whatever. Like your scout leader, right, Andrew, was reconnecting with nature by introducing youth to nature. So whether it's your nieces, your nephews, your children, or being a big brother or whatever, or a scout leader, that would reconnect with nature.
Big brother or scout leader kind of kills two birds with one stone, so to speak. Getting back into nature and reconnecting with humanity, you know? Pretty cool.
And you know, really, one of the most important things is that everybody understands that it's, like we mentioned a bit ago, it's an individual decision, it's a choice. You know, I don't know if everyone feels connected to nature right now or not. I mean, right now it's hard for me to say I do because of where I'm at. I would love to be out camping or whatever, something right now. But the minor things that we're doing, like right now, the minor things that everyone is doing right now to take part in, might feel like it's not a lot. Those are those little tiny steps are the ones that really count in the end. That's what really gets things turned around. Could be for a couple people, could be for a lot of people.
B. Connolly, hey, it's great to hear your voice and have you contributing here tonight. But I don't know what it is you're doing, but it's got a lot of weird feedback in the microphone. You like riding a bike or something like that? I'm just curious. Like, it's kind of hard to understand what you're saying with all that sound going on, the noise.
Can you hear right now?
Yeah, that's better.
I think I had the AC blown on my headset, so it probably sounded like I had the window down or something.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it, man. Where were we, guys? Talking about the disconnection with humanity. How to get reconnected to that. How to maybe rearrange our life so that we can have more nature. Just different choices, you know. I don't have a perfect example, but like I'll just use myself because that's what I know. Making a choice to set an alarm on my phone to happen every day, daily alarm, instead of to wake me up to remind me to go for a walk. You know, something as simple as that is making a choice to rearrange our life to experience more nature. You know, and that's a small thing. I could do so much more, I'm sure. maybe every weekend go walk a lake or something like this near me, something like this. I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on rearranging your life to accommodate more nature and maybe even more humanity, more interaction with strangers and new people?
Well, that is actually what I kind of like to do as it is. I love nature. I love the outdoors. I don't get much of it, and I wish I could get more. That's why I also love to travel, because I love conversing with other people. Different people, different views, and I have the time when I take a Greyhound trip or something, I always wind up with more friends than I start with. So I'm happy about that. And I really need to get a license so I can get out about 10, 20 miles out into the woods so I can enjoy nature even more.
Like this quote, every friend was once a stranger. It just really opens it up. That is unity right there. Because it's saying that that person sitting across from you or standing next to you at the grocery store or whatever could be a friend. It's just the fact that you perceive them as a stranger right now is why there's this void, there's this gap between you. But, every person you've ever become friends with, regardless of how you became friends with them, was once a stranger. Maybe a friend introduced you to this person, and they became a friend through another friend, or you met them on the bus, on an airplane, like a flight on an airplane, whatever. They were all strangers once, even relatives. They came into your life as a young child or whatever. Oh, I have an uncle or whatever. That was a stranger until they became a relative and or friend, uncle in that case. But yeah, you get what I'm saying.
I mean, I really like this idea of reconnecting, that we're talking about. But I almost found from my own personal experiences that it was easier to disconnect to reconnect. And in that sense, and what I mean by that is, for example, I realized like a year ago that Facebook took up 30 minutes of my day. So I disconnected from Facebook, deleted the account, then all of a sudden I had 30 minutes that was freed up for the day to do whatever I wanted with.
That is such a good example. I feel like in many ways we're on social media to get a sense of importance, meaning like we share something, someone likes it. Oh, gosh, I must be doing something well, something good, because someone likes something that I shared, and that whole that feedback, that sense of importance. It's like we need it so much, we end up gravitating towards that. But to turn that off and get that from nature is like such a like a conscious choice. Like you really have to think about that. Like, do I want that? What shall I say? Feedback to say that I'm still cool in life or as a person, whatever, or would I rather just be able to spend a little bit more time in nature and get that feedback? Very cool.
I think the problem with that, though, is that most people And I can't lie, you know, after I stopped using Facebook, it was almost like trying to quit smoking or something. You know, most people, like you said, don't find the same recognition and with nature as they do with somebody liking a post on their page. It's a weird balance.
All right, I got a few more questions. Maybe this will help with the conversation. What is the definition of tolerance to you? What does it mean to be tolerant of others? I mean, if we're going to reconnect with humanity and people around us, do we not have to be a little tolerant of their differences, how they're different from us? I mean, if we were out there trying to make them like us, um, isn't that kind of pushing people away? So I feel like maybe tolerance is an important factor in this whole reconnection with humanity.
Tolerance, from my personal point of view, is learning the difference and learning the difference and understanding and learning to have acceptance.
Someone told me at one point that there's a difference between tolerance and acceptance. They said, I can tolerate you and your beliefs and maybe even your religion and your political stance or whatever it might be, but I don't have to accept it. So I think he was correct. I think it was a guy who said that. I forget. It was a while ago, one of the programs. And it makes a lot of sense. Like, it's important to be tolerant of others and their differences and their beliefs and all of what makes them unique and awesome and beautiful. It's good to be tolerant of that and not try to change it because it helps us. But as far as having to accept it as our own is where I think it's fair to draw the line. It's like we need to also be uniquely us, ourselves, and I think it's kind of an important distinction: tolerance and acceptance. Any thoughts on that?
Hey guys, just want to say before I get off, it's been great talking to everyone. Really awesome night on the channel. I don't know I'm new, so I'll catch up with everybody later, but I'm out of here. Really good stuff. Andrew, talk to y'all later.
Okay, man. Take care, brother. If you want a notification of the next topic before we start next week, just add me as a contact. And I usually send out call alerts like within the hour each week, and you'll get the topic and everything. In case that's something you'd like, just go ahead and add me, and I'll remember your name. What's your first name? Just so we have it.
Yeah, man, Ben. Yeah, I'll send you the request or something, add you. But I appreciate it, man. Y'all have a good night.
Yeah, I think you're right, Andrew, about acceptance from that guy point of view. Correct me if I'm wrong, but acceptance is gonna be part of my tolerance. This is why I said it's just from my personal point of view. Maybe the kind of tolerance a little bit slight different from the person that spoke to you. But since I speak broken English, probably I put wrong words. But to me, acceptance is part of my tolerance because I I don't have to accept that have to be my own. But what I referred to was the accept. Sorry, double key. I lose my button. But the acceptance from my end was more like I don't. Uh, it's like more like understanding. I think maybe I put the wrong word, but yeah, to me, it's just tolerance is you just need to learn how to understand and being receptive of of the new things or new surroundings, the new knowledge that comes to you before you throw it out. And it's just part of learning. Then I think the acceptance would come the very last or something. But yeah, this it's just me.
Sorry about that dead key up. To me, once you can fully learn to accept yourself, then you can fully learn to accept others.
Andrew, what's up, man?
OMG, is that Hoon I hear? Wow. Cool, brother. I'm so glad to hear your voice, man. It's been so long. Welcome to the program, man. You came right in the kind of towards the end here. We're kind of more or less wrapping it up. We've got a few more thoughts, I'm sure, in us. We also started late, so you get to join us for a while. Anyway, how you doing, man? Hope all is well.
Cool. I'm doing good. I thought it started at 8, but oh well, I guess I get to hear what goes on at the end then.
The Hoonmeister. Hello, my friend. It does start at 8 Central Time. Anyway, good to have you here. And if anyone would like to be trusted, please check out the rules if you haven't yet. Let us know you've read them and you can follow them and you're 17 or over, what you'd like to be called. We'll get you in. Thanks.
Hey, Miss Serenity, how are you doing this evening? It's been a long day here. Got back from the hot springs about an hour and a half ago, so yeah, I'm happy.
Oh, Cheryl, you goofball. I mean, 8 p.m. 8 Pacific time. How are you, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing all right. Yeah, and business is good. It's booming with this heat wave and everything. They've got these new air conditioning apparatuses. They help people's heads cool, and they're selling like hotcakes. Everyone wants one. Would you like one? They're only $19.99, $5.59 shipping.
Nah, no thanks. I can make one myself. I I have a old I have an old spaghetti thing that I don't use anymore, and I thought I could make something good out of that. Save me some money.
Hey guys, quick question. Do you know any nationwide chain restaurant, preferably that serves Chinese, that is open 24/7? Because Panda Express closed at 9:30 and it is currently 10:12 my time. I'm looking for places that, sell Chinese food before they close at 12. And the thing is, everything closes here at 9:30. So, I mean, I can go somewhere else, it's fine, but I'm just wondering.
Sure, I can even imagine myself wearing the conditioning apparatus hat. Oh boy.
Ironic about that is I didn't notice that she had some text underneath that. Like I glanced at it real quick earlier on in the program, and I'm like, oh, that's too funny. And I didn't notice that she had the apparatus thing under there, the air conditioning apparatus. Good one. Yeah, go Cheryl.
Thank you. Yeah, that makes it at least twice as funny as it would be without the text. At least, maybe 3 times funnier. Yeah, I'd lean closer to 3. Anyway, the Chinese food conundrum. It's a common conundrum. Common conundrum. Say that 10 times fast. There are many people that wish there was Chinese food available past 9 or 10 p.m. And none have had luck. So I wish I could help you out there. What else was I going to say? Heck, I don't know. Free mic.
Davey's back, just letting you know.
Free mic. Oh man, too funny. That went on for quite a while before the program started. I was actually pretty impressed.
What went on? Are you talking about the colander thing? No, that kind of started at about the same time. I just kind of revived the whole thing, I guess, or somebody said something. I don't remember. I think maybe like a half an hour prior, somebody said something that reminded me of that. And so I'm like, you know what? I got to get my own colander. And then I turned it into an air conditioning apparatus at the last minute.
Serenity, thank you for answering my inquiry.
Yeah, sorry I couldn't help you there. I don't think I can think of any place in LA, Chinese, that is open late. Something tells me there was one that a bunch of friends used to go to after like clubbing or something, and it was open, like the only Chinese food place open really late. And I forget where it was because it was like 20 years ago. Sorry. And it was in Los Angeles, and I doubt necessarily that you live in LA. So probably couldn't help you at all.
Yeah, I'm not even sure where you live. If it's anywhere near a big city, how it usually works out here, provided it's not an incredibly large big city. Weekdays, most places close at 9. Friday, Saturday nights close at 10. Sometimes 9:30 during the weekdays. But even here, it's like 9 or 9:30 for pickup sticks and Panda Express, and that's pretty much it. Usually 9:30, 10, sidewalks are rolled up.
I would suggest maybe near a movie theater. Seems to be a lot of places tend to stay open late near a movie theater. I know the Starbucks do, at least most of them. Okay, let's see. Moving on. I had this thought, the idea of just simply being curious about people. Just observing long enough to be curious and just striking up a conversation about something you observe. I mean, that's all you've got at that time, right? So, the idea of just being curious about people and actually caring about somebody other than yourself, I think could help with the whole reconnection with humanity.
I just have to say to Maya, learn to cook your own.
Yeah, David, I was going to say the grocery store, maybe, and some cooking utensils if you don't already have them.
I'm curious about the people who chat here. what are they like? And are they big? Are they small? Or what are they?
Big or small people? What? Who? And yeah, no, the markets are, that's a good way to go. If you don't make it from scratch, maybe you can try, in the frozen food section, they have like big bags of stir fry and General Tso's chicken and stuff like that. Just cook that up, maybe throw some veggies in it, some rice, and you're good to go. Any hour of the day, you can have it. But yeah, I've been kind of curious, like I'm not even sure this whole connecting with humanity, like what the angle is, and so I'm not sure like where to start with it. If it's just like meeting people and making a connection with them, I mean, if you kind of explain it that way, then I get it. Otherwise, I'm kind of like, huh?
I'm kind of like, huh, as much as that last transmission from Hoon. Hoon, help us out there. Yeah, I hear you. That's why I was wondering, like, reconnection with humanity. The only thing I could think of there is like this whole idea of unconditional love, and I think that's where that would come in. Is just.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I hope I'm not cutting.
No, I'm curious about the people who's chatting in Zello. You know, we never see them.
Oh, like how they appear? I don't know. I don't think it matters. It really doesn't. That's one of the beautiful things about Zello is we connect to the voices in people's souls. Forget about all the seeing people. Too much judgment passed when we see people, and we limit ourselves to those connections when we do that. You know, we start classifying people. You know, oh, that's a hippie, that's a redneck, that's an emo, that's a loser, that's, you know, whatever. Nah, forget all that. That doesn't matter. This is a beautiful thing. Not seeing people, really. But let's see. I digress. Let's see. Connecting with people. How about just connecting rather than reconnecting with humanity? Just connecting with people. You kind of take that approach. I think we can open this up a little more. Yeah, show an interest, having that curiosity, that helps. It's a lot easier to get people connected with us when we show an interest in them rather than trying to force them to get an interest in us and what we're into. So showing that interest and that curiosity, showing some appreciation, these are things that matter. Being helpful. I guess I could kind of go on, but let's start with that.
Andrew, I would say when I think of connecting with humanity, it's by getting rid of the things that divide us, whether it be religions or borders or ethnic things or cultures. Try to get rid of them and realize that we're all humans and put yourself in their shoes. That's what I think of when I think of connecting with humanity. Is always try to realize that we're all humans, and you know, we all need help, we all need friends, and we all need love, and we all worry about our children, and we all worry about our families, and we have so many things in common.
Yeah, David's right. People need things like each other or children or other things to make them feel good.
David, that was very, very, very well put. Thank you for that. It's so true. All of what you said was just spot on. Just spot on, man. And going back to what Hoon mentioned about Zello, I think what Hoon was trying to say about Zello is the fact that Zello is a way for us to reconnect with humanity. Because if you think of like how many people we've all met from other parts of the world through Zello that we may not have met in person, there just wouldn't be that many opportunities. So this is a tool. Zello is a tool to reconnect with humanity, or in general terms, like Cheryl said, to simply connect with humanity more.
Yeah, I'd actually mentioned that earlier. Social medias are great for that, but Zello is superior in many ways, perhaps every way. When you do video chat, you see people. Yes, you have the voice, but you see people, which is good because you can communicate better through expression, but still you cast that judgment. When you have just typing chat, not a great communication tool. So I think this is an awesome way to connect with humanity.
So we should have T-shirts, Zellonians, we are humans, or something like that.
Yeah, Zello is a good way to reconnect with humanity, I think.
You know what I might do? I might do more of the free hugs offerings while I'm chatting with you all. Just to give people a taste. I don't know, put up a sign, press this button and say something. You just put my phone out on a table. Press this button to speak to the world.
Yeah, come and get a free hug. No, come and get a free chat.
How about humanity is under your thumb? Right? Don't we all push that big round button with our thumbs? Usually our thumbs, right? Ask me how.
Hey, how about push the button to reconnect?
That we're coming up with T-shirts to promote Zello. In reality, I mean, if Zello wanted a promotional tool, then that would be it. Like something like that. Like humanity is under your thumb. Yeah, pretty cool. I'd wear it.
Hey everybody, I just been listening for a little bit, and you've hit on a lot of points that I kind of thought about and discussed previously about, talking worldwide at the press of a button. What I'm amazed at is the number of people that try it out and they're just not that impressed with it. I can't figure out why.
Maybe they haven't been to the right channel, or spent enough time on the platform, because it's tough. Like, it's hard to connect with people, like real, genuine people, in some of these channels on Zello. It's just like, what? Wait, what are we talking about? Like, are we really just tearing each other down here? I'm not saying that's what they're all about. There's just a lot of that, and it's like, how are you supposed to really connect with people on a real, like, human level if everybody's just tearing each other down? Yeah, people might be from all over the world doing it, but it's like, wait, I want to have a real conversation with someone who's from a place I've never been to, where I might want to go. It gives me a little portal into their world and the world of, like, just a different culture altogether, potentially. That's what's so cool about this.
Yeah, the phenomenon on some of these channels known as roasting never ceases to amaze me, that people actually find, degrading someone as entertaining. I don't get that, but you see a lot of it.
I got to pat Cheryl on the back for that, for creating a channel on a great platform, Zello, and creating this channel where people can develop their communication skills and maybe learn to talk to people around the world, because it's provided here on Ring of Fire.
Yeah, thank you for that, David. Yeah, we have a real community here, a global community. And I concur with you, Andrew. It is a great communication tool. But some people, right, there's probably some people that come on Zello and never really got to experience this app the way it can be at its finest. Like, they'll go to these bizarre channels and get insulted and go, good Lord, this is a crappy app. I'm out of here. You know, and I feel bad for those people because, you know, that's probably not what they're into. You know, they don't find a channel like this, and then they just leave, and somebody says, hey, I heard about this Zello. And oh, forget that. Don't install that. There's a bunch of crazy people on there insulting each other, you know, and they have no idea that there's some good places like this where we can connect on a deep level and create this community and these bonds and have such amazing conversations.
Ditto on that, Cheryl, for creating this channel. I can't even tell you how much of a good fortune it was to stumble upon this channel early, like fairly soon, within the same night that I installed the app. Pretty much I stumbled on this channel, and to have the good fortune of like maybe knowing just enough to stumble upon something that might be good for me. And you're right, if I had not stumbled upon this channel from the ones that I had gone to, I would have literally just been like, well, I guess Zello just sucks bleep, you know, fill in the blank. And like, you're right, someone would recommend it or say something about it. I say, no, I might just talk them out of it. And imagine, you know, that person also would miss out on something like this. So I have to say that I'm super grateful that that this happened. You know, like, heck, this channel, you know, allowing me or welcoming me into having a program on this channel, and giving me the feeling that I could ask you as opposed to try to do it on my own, was just like, I can't even tell you. It's just it all came together very nicely. I have a lot to be grateful for, really.
Touche, Andrew. And welcome, everyone, to this little corner of heaven that's been carved out in this little tiny piece of virtual space here on Zello.
All 13,916 of us.
Woohoo! Whoop whoop! Definitely. I didn't even know it was that high. That's awesome. And you're right. This is definitely a diamond in the rough right here. I wish, you know, what we should do is we should all get T-shirts and like go wear them. You know, that quote about humanity should be on one side, and Ring of Fire should be somehow connected to that on the other, or in the same image. That's you, Cheryl. Counting on you. You got this. I will definitely wear that shirt.
I'm not one for graphic shirts, but yeah, sure, I'd wear that one. I'd sport it on a fashionable shirt.
I'm the same way. I'd wear it to bed for sure.
I wear T-shirts all the time. I just don't usually wear T-shirts that like have sayings on them and stuff. So it would be a little out of my league, so to speak, out of my my norm. But I would wear it for sure. Not just because of the Ring of Fire channel would be pitched on that shirt, but also the fact that it would say something like humanity is under your thumb, and that just begs the curiosity factor. And people get, whoa, what is that?
Yeah, definitely a curiosity factor there. And yeah, Dave, that's the way to go, because like, you know, you go to bed, so many people are going to see that shirt.
Oh, I was gonna share. Yeah, you better get that. You better get your live stream set up and build a following in order to get anybody to see that shirt. Maybe you can do a cooking show and wear it for your cooking show. Moving on, right?
And for a few extra dollars, we can get satin club jackets with zippers, and yeah, that would be kind of neat.
Nice. I'll wear the satin club jacket. Put me in, coach. I'll be your walking billboard.
I was looking forward to the mod shirts from a long time ago.
All right, we started a little late, so we should be wrapping it up a little bit here. I had a few more questions. Just two more, pretty much. One is we'll start with this one. What are our favorite experiences we've had with quote unquote strangers? If you reflect back on that, like, are they still strangers?
I can tell you right now, I was sitting on the bus talking for hours and hours on end about guitars and life in general, and what this world needs to do to become more peaceful, and making several new friends along the Greyhound buses and bus lines because of that. That is what is beneficial to me about the greatest times with strangers, because I have formed lifelong friendships with complete strangers traveling on the bus.
I was going to say the same thing about this channel. I have met people on this channel that I feel closer to than probably most of the friends I've had in my life. And that may sound strange, not seeing people and whatnot, but to me, it's absolutely beautiful. I mean, you can be totally sincere, and you get total sincere people on this channel, and I think it's awesome, and miles away, and I love it.
Oh, we feel the same way about you too there, bud. You're one of our best friends on Zello.
Definitely worth protecting, for sure.
Oh, that's my solo. Never mind.
Too funny. Here is an image, if you can imagine. I might take a snapshot, but I'm on the computer mic, so it's a little tricky to switch back and forth. Anyway, this one is an image of a person's body, just profile, so to speak, and it's made up of a bunch of cogs and a heart connecting the cogs, kind of interestingly. And it says, tolerance is the oil which takes the friction out of life. Going back to humanity thing. Here's another one of those inspirational memes. It's just a picture of two people at a grocery store. It's a white woman and her white child strapped to her back, a little baby, holder, like a backpack. And then a man, he's black, with his little black boy strapped to his backpack, and they're in the aisle at the grocery store, and the two babies are like kind of touching each other and pointing at each other, like very curious. And the quote at the bottom says, "No one is born with hatred or intolerance." Yeah, here's another one that's basically someone holding up their hand to the sun to create a silhouette of a heart, two hands together. And it says, "Spread love everywhere you go. Let no one ever come to you without leaving happier."
Why nobody's talking? We have a new member, Santa Saw. Welcome.
Hi everyone, hope you're doing well.
Welcome to the Ring of Fire. There's Samusol. I am Tony, 26, from Oregon, and we would humbly welcome you to the Ring of Fire for some most enjoyable conversations.
Dinosaur, welcome to the Ring of Fire. My name's Andrew. I'm from LA. We're just finishing up a program here. You're welcome to comment. You might have been listening in for a little bit, but we're just finishing up. The topic was reconnecting with nature and humanity. Here's another inspirational meme. This one's by a person named Sri Chinmoy, and it says, it's just a nature thing, tree, a couple down on a large flat of grass, some cityscape in the background, kind of a foggy day, a little bit of haziness, and it says, I did not come into this world to prove anything. I came into the world to love everything and everyone.
Good morning, everybody. How are you? I'm back. How are you, Cheryl? Everybody, welcome for Ring of Fire. I'm back.
Hello, good morning. That's a good one, Andrew. Like it.
Oh my God. Was that lawyer?
Hello, Roya. Welcome back. How long has it been?
Hello, honey. Long time no speak. Wow. So nice to hear your voice.
Hey guys, I miss everybody here. I don't have internet for a long time. And I have a net open Zillow and come here to Ring of Fire. I miss everybody. Thank for everyone. Say hello for me.
Hi, Roya. I'm David. Nice to meet you.
Sorry guys, what's the next topic about?
Yes. Long time no see, lawyer. Lawyer.
Well, when this program's done, it'll be open topic. The next designated topic would be during one of our programs. Thursday. Thursday we have a topic carved out for that one.
Awesome. I gotta look at that schedule again and see if I can make it to some of those. Put them on my calendar. I've yet to do that. Gotta work on that for sure. I just sent a pretty powerful picture on the humanities side of things tonight. It's a picture of different types of people, different ethnicities, and the stereotypes labeled on them and how ridiculous it is to them. It's pretty neat. You see that in the history.
Andrew, I saved that picture. It was the best picture I ever seen from you. Yeah, I'm so much into that kind of topic since my country we are colorblind. It comes to racism, but yeah, I'm loving it. Thank you for sending that.
Yeah, I love the pictures because, yes, I am a Muslim. I am Muslim girls, not all Muslim terrorists. There is, and Islam never accept this. The terrorist is an all world. Terrorists don't have religion, don't have a mind. Come and kill everything. Yes, I am Muslim, not a terrorist. Not all Muslims terrorists. Not. I think the Islam is not respect anyone, kill anyone, because Islam is the most good things, and never in Islam you never kill anybody. This is not Islam, not any religion.
And that picture is definitely an example of tearing down the obstacles that divide us. It's perfect.
Very good point, David. And that was one of the best parts about what you said. I even made a note of what you said and when you said it so I can go back. Yeah, you said getting rid of the things that divide us. Really cool.
That is so right. Muslims are not terrorists, and terrorists are not Muslims. Islam is all about peace, but the media loves to show another story. Anyways, Raya, how's Ramadan going for you?
Like this, they all are so perfect, you know. My hair is real. Hello. I'm not a color Hispanic guy, you know. Another Hispanic guy. I will not cut your grass. Oh God. The judgments we make, you know. Some people, I'm not saying all. Most people aren't racist in any way. They've gotten past that, but I think there's a large part of society that maybe that's underground that secretly harbors some racism based on their culture or their upbringing. Probably mostly their upbringing, not so much their culture, because culture will get uh, racism out of you if you're around the right people. I think it's more so your upbringing that does that. It's sad, but it's passed on. What can you do?
Oh, you think it's bad now? Back in the 70s, it was worse. And I'm sure before my time, the 70s, where I grew up as a kid, it was even worse, even further back, you know. I was born in 61, so I went through the 70s. I heard people like Walter Cronkite say, you know, a black man sitting at the, you know, I mean, they constantly pointed out when somebody was black or somebody was white, and, you know, or, you know, it was just a different era. We've come a long way.
I think all this is a stupid way. You know, there is no difference between anyone. Okay, any religion denied the terrorist, and the terrorist is no religion. The other people give idea about is terrorist is from Islam. No, Islam denied everything because Islam come to let everybody feel peace and love. Never come to kill of other peoples or say this is white, this is black, anything like this. Never. Islam denied anything about terrorists. The terrorists didn't have religion. Maybe you have tourists in your country, and he is Christian. Maybe he is Jewish. Maybe he is Muslims. But in real, the religion is never let other people kill each other. Never. The multimedia, okay, social media, okay, let everything like big, but in the real, it's not in not the Islam is never and denied any tourist. Here in Jordan, yesterday, in morning o'clock, Daesh come to Jordan, and there is man, okay, have something in his stomach, and explosion, and 9 people die. This is not for Islam. This is people don't have a mind, just want to kill people. Don't say this is Islam or this is Christian or this is Jewish or any religion. The people just want to kill people. This is what I want to say.
I think most, I know I do, people in this room agree with you totally.
Yeah, no religion would promote violence and killing. I agree. I think it's these people that get this weird idea like it's us versus them, and it gives them some kind of a justification. And I don't think their killing is based on the belief system in the religion whatsoever. It's just sad that there are people in the world that are so empty inside that they would allow themselves to die, literally die, no longer have life for a cause, for a belief, that literally at some point or another was placed in their head. It's like, come on, you don't have to allow every belief in the world, Oh, scary. Anyway, so maybe we can finish up with, I think we've more or less discussed it, but maybe we could finish up with how can we reconnect with humanity and make more time for that? I think we already kind of went over that for the most part, but maybe we can touch on that. And then again, that's more of the solution. We're always trying to focus on a solution here. I mean, obviously, there is maybe a disconnection with nature and humanity, but reason why we used reconnecting with nature and humanity is because it already points to the fact that we're disconnected to a certain extent. For some people more so than others, but like, what is the solution here? Like, any final thoughts on what is the solution to reconnecting with nature and humanity? Yeah, we haven't already talked about it, now is the time if you have any thoughts on that.
I think one of the things we need to do as human beings is to recognize our faults and work on our own faults. Like people, for some reason, every time something happens, we were just talking about terrorism, the first thing that humans tend to do is try to find someone to blame. And that's one of our faults. Instead of recognizing the issue and solving the problem, we look for someone to blame. And it's a natural human thing to do that, and it's a fault. And if it's recognized as a fault, maybe we can work on not doing that, you know. And there are plenty of other faults, but recognizing your faults as human beings and trying to cope with the world.
I think if we need to reconnect, we must have a love from your heart to other people and believe how the other people is different. It's not like you. And when you talk with other people, like now, I am from Middle East, and other people is from America, maybe other countries. My culture is different from other culture because I'm a Muslim. I'm from Middle East, and the other people is from America. There is culture is different. The reconnect is be love with other people, and the love comes from your heart. And like this, just this love, the love is the most important thing is the love. When you love the other people, you don't kill, you can understand, you can everything do. The love is the key for reconnecting with other people.
Thank you so much for touching on that. Well, yeah, I actually found this image that I remembered that I grabbed from my own collection. This is an image of, I might take a picture of this actually. This one is an image of a spider web. Imagine with the drops of rain and dew and moisture, droplets reflecting upside down. And the word says, this is a spider web, all kind of cross-linked, and it says, "Love connects us all."
You know something? Anywhere you go, you want to talk with your friend, you want to talk with your father, you want to talk with your mother, or you want to talk with other people around you, not on the other side of the world. How you can talk with other with love? If you don't love, how you talk?
Yeah, right. As if love is an actual language that we speak with. As if love is a spoken language. Wow.
You know something? There is too much people tell me how you connect with other people you don't know. how the other people talk with you with no problem. I tell other people, I tell who ask me this, I tell I love when I talk with other people, I love these people. You can understand, you can uh, connect, you can make anything with other people. Like now, when I talk with this group, okay, in this room, I know Charlotte from long time. They love this way to connect with other people and to understand the different way for thinking.
What's up, guys?
Hi, Reese. Hello.
Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the Ring of Fire. That's very well said. You can't connect with anyone if you don't love them. It's hard to have a conversation with someone that you don't love, or that you don't care to love. Because what's the point in your mind? What is the point? You kind of have to love them in order to have a good conversation, especially if it's with a stranger who you know nothing about other than what you see. Very good. Thank you for sharing.
And you have to truly be connected to knowing that you're a human being, and we're all human beings. We're all the same. We're all born the same. We will all die the same. I mean, we face the same problems, the same issues, no matter what country you come from, no matter what religion you are, no matter what color you are. It doesn't matter. We're all the same. We're humans. We have to think about human race and what we're doing in nature, to the earth. So we got to solve these problems together. So because of a certain geological location, to waste time arguing with other people from different geological locations is just crazy. Wars and hatred. It's all about love. Love for human beings.
Don't you mean geographical locations? Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, just wanted to say, hey, I'm back. Sorry I left you, but I came back as soon as I could. Just had a chat with someone. So I'm here. Miss me no more.
Thanks, Cheryl. Yeah, you're right. Geographical. What did I say? Geological?
I love the good vibes on this channel. You guys are awesome.
Hey, I just kind of joined right now, got online right now. So what's happening, guys?
Hey, Cheryl. Welcome back.
Thank you. Hello and welcome back. We're happening right now. That's what's happening.
Hi, baby. I love you so much. You know that. We talk about reconnecting with human being, and I say, if you want to reconnect with other people, you must have a love in your heart, and you have a peace on your side, not just love. You have a peace. You can connect with other people. To know, like this.
So today is all about human connection and connecting with other people, right?
True that. We're rounding that topic out right now. Do you have any final thoughts?
Well, I'm not one to connect with much people to connect with a lot of people because I don't have a lot of people to connect with. But the people I do connect with, I think human connection is a really good thing that we all need in order to live out our lives and make sure that we understand people whole, and knowing certain people and how they I'm sorry, I'm not good with words.
No, I think you're good, and you'll get better. Yeah, this whole idea that if you continue to communicate with people and don't estrange yourself from others, you will learn more about life and get through life a lot easier if you keep that human connection happening. I tend to think of my brother when, in regards to this. He lives pretty much by himself, just with his girlfriend. And for a long time, he didn't have any communication or connection really with anybody out on his property. It's like in the middle of nowhere. He doesn't have too many people to connect with, and he's lost a lot of friends that way, it seems. And so I don't know, like I feel for him, because he doesn't stay connected with people, and so that disconnection and the lack of regular connection with people actually makes it harder for him to reconnect, so to speak. So I think there's a certain aspect of like staying connected with people, friends, family, even if it's people you don't necessarily like all that much, just stay connected with them, because you're just going to learn to be more free and relaxed and basically get more out of every relationship you have versus, I hate to say, my brother, where he loses that connection over time, and then you have this void, just like the void of not having nature. He's got plenty of nature, it seems, not great, but he's got plenty of nature on his property, but it's just this void of not having that human connection, that regular human connection, to have that balance, I think. So in a way, it's kind of set him off balance, and it's kind of sad to see, but you can't change people. You can only be you and be a better you, and if people care, they may follow. At least take what they can from you and what you're doing to suit their needs.
When I listen to you, I think your brother, when he don't connect with other people, maybe something in his heart, maybe he lose herself, his self, sorry, and don't love himself, because that when someone don't connect other people or connect himself, maybe something a problem in himself. He must love himself, to can connect with other people. There's a problem. He must have managed this problem and fix it to can connect with other people. If in your heart something like angry or something not good in your heart, you cannot connect with other people. Never, you cannot. And when you smile, it's not real smile. When you talk, it's not your real talk. There is something wrong in your heart, because this I tell you, the love is the way to talk with other people, and the peace you must have peace in your heart to can connect with other people. Without this, you cannot. You will be live alone and no connect with other people. Just this, like this easy way.
I hear what you're saying, but sometimes I think people love themselves too much and they lack empathy and compassion. And I think, to love yourself because you are empathetic and compassionate is probably a good way to love yourself. But I think there's a lot of people in the world today that love themselves too much and love others too little.
I think that in order to love yourself, you must love other people. And from hearing what you guys say, that human connection is what ties you to reality. And in order to love yourself, you must know the reality of yourself. And if
So the question then is, or at least that comes to mind, is do you have to love yourself in order to love others or to connect with others? And or do you have to love others first to then love yourself? I don't know. I'm leaning towards, in order to love others, you kind of have to love yourself. You have to have, it's possible that my brother doesn't love himself enough to love and connect with more people in his life. Maybe that's it. It's more likely that. But anyway, it is what it is. I suppose there's some things I could probably do, but I'm not one to change people by telling them. I believe more in just being, like I say, more of me, more of this, and let that speak for itself, or not being attached.
Hope please hope you click the mic, okay? And the folks, the man, there is man talking this and the mic, and you take the mic, and Fox cannot continue what he want to talk. After Fox finish what he want to talk, I want to say something, but after Fox can catch mic, please.
oh no, I stopped the mic on purpose. I kind of ran out of words to say.
It's okay. You can talk anything you want. Sorry for he maybe he not and he don't see you when you're talking. Maybe he out from the room. It's okay. You can say anything you want.
Well, I think that, loving yourself and loving others is kind of a win-win situation. Well, sort of. I'm not sure how to put it, but like, if they say that you need to love yourself before you love others, then you can do that. You can also love others before you love yourself. You can do that too. And I think that it's your choice to put in the effort if you want to love others or if you want to love yourself. So it's all dependent on the person, like if they really have the motivation to either go out and pursue what they want for what's it called again? That self-love or love for others,
See, he kind of made my point. I can only love myself through loving others. That's the only way I can. If it wasn't for loving others and having empathy, I would hate myself. I wouldn't like myself. So he made my point. Thank you.
You must love yourself first. And not just love, understand yourself and understand what you want from this life. If you know what you want and understand yourself, and after that you accept yourself, you will be love yourself. After that, after all that, you can love other people and connect. Without that, how you connect with other people? If you have a problem with yourself, how can talk with your father if you have a problem in your side? How can talk with your friends if you don't have a peace in your side? Okay, you can talk, you can make anything, but it's not you. It's not you. You love or talk or make anything, but it's not you. If you want to be real and be yourself, you must first love yourself. To can give another people anything, you must first give yourself everything. Love, peace. This is, if you have it, you can give it. There is an Arabic example. Say, if you don't have anything, you cannot give it. Like this, the connect with other people. If you have the love, you can give love. But if you don't have it, how can I give it? This is what I say.
See, that's your view, but it's not mine. I think the opposite of that. So we can agree to disagree.
Loving with a love within you is just going to delve ending compassionate, affectionate to yourself, then you will fulfill full of those, and there would be no place for hatreds, and that actually would give you no ability to hate outside of yourself. Just saying.
A very well discussed topic. It's very interesting.
Yes, I would definitely agree. Thank you all for sharing. I can't even tell you, it's just priceless. Even when we agree to disagree, it's a beautiful thing. Because we're still talking about love. Just saying. Really cool. Anyone else have any final thoughts who maybe hasn't had a chance to talk? The floor is yours. Try to keep this as open as possible for everyone. So if you've been listening and you have some thoughts and you just want to get it out, we're here for you. Just say what you want to say.
We're supposed to get one hell of a storm.
Okay, you know what? I think I'm just gonna wrap it up. We can continue talk on this after the program. We're gonna roll into some voting for next week's topic in a second here, but I just want to first thank you all for making a choice. I always say this, but it's so important. Like just making a choice to be here tonight for whatever time
you were able to be here and listen and advise. It's just an awesome thing. You're all incredible human beings, and grateful for you all to no end in my life. I don't know you all. Some of you are strangers to me, but as we've learned tonight, every friend was once a stranger. And it happens all the time here on the Ring of Fire. So love you guys. Look forward to talking to you guys more, all of you. And any of you who are just kind of listening in, never hesitate to just mic up and speak a word of insight, even if that's all you say or all you're comfortable with saying. Don't hesitate, because your words are gold, and they deserve to be heard. All right, guys, I am going to generally roll into the next part of the evening.